What if I told you that hidden within the pages of a book so dangerous it was banned by ancient councils lies the map of your soul's journey before you were born? The Codex Animae, a manuscript that reveals the 7 sacred stages every soul must traverse before entering this physical realm. Stay with me, because by the end of this revelation, you'll discover which of these 7 stages your soul might still be processing, and the signs that reveal which stage is calling you back to remembrance. The Codex Animae first appeared in fragments within 13th century monasteries, written in a script that scholars claim predates all known languages. Legend whispers of a hidden sanctuary in the Carpathian Mountains where monks transcribed visions from souls who retained memory of their pre-birth existence. But here's where the mystery deepens. Every monastery that housed this codex reported the same phenomenon. Strangers would arrive, drawn by dreams they couldn't explain, speaking of stages they'd never heard of, yet describing them with impossible accuracy. The Church declared it heretical. The occultists called it the ultimate truth. The manuscript vanished from official records, but fragments survived in the shadows, and what they reveal will shatter everything you think you know about your own existence. Let me take you through the 7 stages your soul traversed before you drew your first breath in this world. The first stage, the void of infinite potential. Your soul existed in a state of pure consciousness, unlimited by form, time, or identity. Imagine existing everywhere and nowhere simultaneously, being everything and nothing at once. But here's what the ancient texts reveal. Souls who remember this stage often experience what mystics call the calling of the void. Do you ever feel an inexplicable longing for something you can't name? A homesickness for a place that exists beyond all maps? That's your soul remembering its infinite nature. Those still connected to this first stage experience frequent déjà vu in places they've never been, dreams of floating in limitless space, and an overwhelming sense that this reality is merely a thin veil over something incomprehensibly vast. If this resonates with you, your soul still carries the memory of its boundless existence. The second stage brings us to the choosing of lessons. This is where your soul made its most crucial decision. What did you come here to learn? The Codex reveals that souls don't randomly incarnate. You chose your challenges, selected your gifts, even requested your limitations. Every soul selects a primary curriculum. Some choose to master love, others courage, forgiveness, or the transcendence of fear. Here's the unsettling truth the manuscripts expose. Your greatest struggles aren't accidents of fate. They're the very lessons your soul specifically requested before birth. That fear that haunts you, that pattern you can't break, your soul chose it as your sacred curriculum. Those processing this second stage find themselves caught in recurring life themes that feel too orchestrated to be coincidental, carrying an inner knowing about their purpose even when they can't articulate it, feeling certain challenges are somehow meant for them. The third stage reveals the selection of earthly vessels. Your soul didn't randomly choose any body, any family, any circumstances. According to the hidden texts, souls spend considerable time observing potential incarnations, studying bloodlines, genetic patterns, and family karma like cosmic scholars. You chose your parents not for their perfection, but for the specific blend of traits, challenges, and opportunities they would provide. Your physical form, your natural talents, even your predispositions, all carefully selected tools for your soul's earthly education. This explains why some feel they don't quite fit with their family of origin, why certain physical sensations seem to have no medical explanation, why ancestral memories or knowledge they shouldn't possess sometimes surface unbidden. Your soul remembers the selection process. Then comes perhaps the most crucial stage, the veil of forgetting. The Codex speaks of this as a merciful erasure. Your soul chose to forget its divine nature, its pre-birth knowledge, its eternal perspective. But why would a soul choose such limitation? Because true growth requires the experience of separation, of believing you are small, vulnerable, and alone. Only through forgetting your infinite nature can you truly appreciate the journey back to remembrance. Yet some veils are thinner than others. Certain souls retain fragments, experiencing spontaneous moments of feeling connected to everything, receiving knowledge about spiritual concepts from seemingly nowhere, carrying childhood memories of companions who felt more real than family members. If the veil is thinning for you, these glimpses of your true nature will become increasingly frequent. The fifth stage describes the descent through dimensions. Your soul didn't leap directly from the infinite into flesh. The ancient texts reveal a step-down process through multiple layers of reality, each denser than the last. First through the mental realm, where thought crystallizes into form, then the emotional dimension where feelings become forces, finally reaching the etheric realm that interfaces with physical matter. Some souls become partially anchored in these intermediate dimensions, which explains why certain individuals seem to operate by different rules entirely. They experience dreams more vivid than waking life, emotional reactions that seem disproportionate to circumstances, and the ability to perceive energies and presences invisible to others. They're still partly residing in these non-physical layers. The sixth stage activates the soul contract. Before final incarnation, your soul entered into binding agreements with other souls who would play pivotal roles in your life, with spiritual guides assigned to assist your journey, and with the cosmic order itself regarding your earthly mission. These aren't casual arrangements but sacred contracts with consequences rippling across lifetimes. Your soul contracts explain why certain people feel instantly familiar, why some relationships feel cosmically destined, why specific encounters seem orchestrated by invisible forces. Those whose contracts are activating find themselves meeting people who feel like instant family or enemies, discovering life-changing opportunities appearing at precisely the right moments, feeling guided towards certain choices while being steered away from others. The seventh and final stage, the incarnation leap. This is when your soul fully commits to physical existence. The Codex describes it as a leap of absolute faith, releasing all safety nets, all guarantees, all escape routes. Your eternal, unlimited soul chooses the constraints of time, space, and physical law. But this isn't limitation. It's the ultimate act of courage. Your infinite consciousness voluntarily accepts boundaries for the sake of experience and evolution. Those still processing this final stage often feel like they don't belong on Earth, struggle with accepting physical limitations and mortality, and experience intense homesickness for realms that exist beyond this dimension. But the ancient texts reveal something few dare speak of, an unofficial eighth stage that some souls experience, the stage of remembrance. This occurs when souls begin consciously recalling their pre-birth journey while still inhabiting physical form. It's not supposed to happen according to cosmic law, but when it does, these individuals become living bridges between worlds. They remember their soul contracts, recognize their chosen lessons, and can access memories from the void of infinite potential itself. The manuscripts suggest this remembrance is accelerating in our current epoch. Could this explain why you're drawn to such knowledge? Why these concepts feel familiar rather than foreign? Your soul may be preparing for conscious remembrance. So how do you identify which stage calls to you most strongly? Look at your deepest longings. What you crave most intensely often points to the stage your soul seeks to complete or remember. Craving infinite freedom points to the first stage. Obsession with finding purpose indicates the second stage calling. Feeling disconnected from your physical form or family lineage suggests revisiting the third stage. Experiencing spontaneous spiritual insights means your veil grows thin. Living simultaneously in multiple realities indicates processing the fifth stage. Encountering seemingly destined relationships signals soul contracts activating. Feeling like an alien inhabiting Earth suggests the incarnation leap needs integration. Understanding your soul's pre-birth odyssey isn't mere mystical entertainment. It's practical wisdom with profound implications. When you recognize struggles as chosen lessons, you approach them with curiosity rather than resistance. When you understand difficult people might be fulfilling sacred contracts, you respond with awareness rather than judgment. When you remember your soul selected this exact existence for specific reasons, you cease being a victim of circumstances and become a conscious participant in your cosmic education. If you felt the pull of ancient wisdom awakening within you, if these revelations stirred something you thought was lost forever, then you're ready for the deeper mysteries. Subscribe to continue receiving the forbidden knowledge that most will never encounter, because next, we'll explore what the hidden texts reveal about souls who break their sacred contracts and the cosmic consequences that follow them across lifetimes.